Blessings, family, and welcome to another video. This is Lady Be Unstoppable. If you're new, remember hit the like button, share, and subscribe. In the news today, Hurricane Ian is, well, it was tropical storm. Now it's Hurricane Ian. It has upgraded to a hurricane. Stay tuned for these important, very important updates. No, I did a video last night. I told them release it, and it was stated that not hurricane, but Ian was a tropical storm. But now there is an update. All right, I'm gonna read the update for Jamaica, where flash flood warning is in effect for 10 parishes. But before I do so, go ahead and press the like button. Also share, and I'm also gonna share out the video as well. So I hope everybody's having a blessed Monday, and I hope you guys are preparing for those who is likely to be impacted by Ian. Let me see if this the chat is up and running. Oh yeah. All right. This is not gonna be a long video. It's gonna be a quick short video. Just coming from work, guys. But I wanna just me not just I come, but me never whatever. Anyway, now moving on to this video. This is an update with Hurricane Ian and the impact that it might have on the Jamaican parishes. The Met Service is urging people in Jamaica to be mindful of flash flood warning across the sections of the island, as it is announced that a flash flood warning is now in effect for additional parishes. A flash flood warning is now in effect for low-lying and flood-prone areas of Manchester, St. Elizabeth, and Westmoreland. These parishes have been added to St. Mary, Portland, St. Thomas, Kingston, and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and Clarendon, for which the flash flood warning issued Sunday had been extended. So the video that I dropped yesterday, well, it actually came out today, was telling you about the parishes where there was flash flood warning, but now they're saying it's been extended to 3 additional parishes. The 3 additional parishes were previously under flash flood watch, but that has now been upgraded to a warning. The update came from the Met Office as Tropical Storm Ian, now upgraded to Hurricane Ian, is expected to move into the northwestern Caribbean on Monday, but its other bands have still been producing adverse weather conditions across Jamaica. Observational data indicate that the other bands of Ian have been producing moderate to heavy showers since Sunday and light to moderate rainfall and thunderstorms over a few hours, mainly across the northeastern and southern parishes. The Met Office also said that the forecast is for periods of moderate to heavy rainfall and thunderstorm to continue across southern and northern parishes Monday through to early Tuesday. Periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon, are expected for the remainder of the island during this time. Additionally, due to the extended period of rainfall and high ground saturation, landslides are likely, the Met Office said. The Met Office also said that the flash flood warning would remain in effect until 5 a.m. on Tuesday. So, guys, for those who are living in these areas, low-lying areas, we already know so Westmoreland is a flat land. Parts of Manchester, I don't know the part that's flat because the only part I know is up the hilltop. So, but anyway, Saint Elizabeth, not sure. There are some places that are flatter than others. So yes, so those additional parishes are added to the flash flood warning. So guys, please be safe out there. All right. Moving on to this side where Hurricane Ian strengthens to Category 2 storm and could be something that we haven't seen in our life. And this is from a Tampa weatherman. Yeah, he said Hurricane Ian gets stronger as it barrels towards Florida, prompting urgent evacuations. Because today when I was at work, I saw the thing came up with Tampa, some areas of Tampa has to be evacuated. Promptly urgent evacuations and threatening dangerous storm surges in places not used to getting it directly by hurricane. Ian is now Category 2 on the Saffir-Simpson wind scale. The other day I did a live, guys, and I'll go back to check the video there where I went through all of the categories starting from 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and 5. And I talk about the levels of wind, the knots, the wind speed in terms of kilometer per hour as well as miles per hour. So if you have some time, guys, so go check out that video there. All right. So, and that's on the Saffir-Simpson scale with the Category 2 hurricane. Now, the eye of the storm is located 150 miles southeast of the western tip of Cuba, and Ian is moving northwest near 13 miles per hour, right? And they're saying that Florida could feel Ian's wrath as early as Tuesday, with hurricane conditions potentially hitting the state on Wednesday. You know, they also went on to say that Ian has shown unprecedented rate of strengthening from tropical storm to a powerful hurricane. Oh my goodness. So Ian, now the wind has intensified to 85 miles per hour Monday afternoon. That's this afternoon to 100 miles per hour at 5 p.m. So that's how they've been tracking the storm. They're expecting that Hurricane Ian can be a major hurricane before it lashes the U.S. with winds at 111 miles per hour. And guys, if you want more information, go check out the National Weather Service. Check out the website and you can check out some things that's posting on Twitter. All right. Now, they're further saying that it could be a rapid strengthening of winds and is expected in the next day or so. It's forecasted to become a major hurricane by early Tuesday. When it is near Cuba and remain a major hurricane over the southeastern Gulf of Mexico on Wednesday. They're saying more than 15 million people are expected to suffer at least a storm force winds in Tampa, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, and Orlando. The current forecast track for Hurricane Ian may hope it blow away somewhere else. I know, but I come there so and just blow it into the ocean. Ian puts the hurricane forecast track for Hurricane Ian puts all of the Tampa Bay region, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Bradenton, and others in the right side of the storm, which would see winds pushing water northward into Tampa Bay, maximizing the inundation from storm surge. The current storm surge forecast for the area is up to 10 feet. That's a way taller than me, While projection models show a wide range of possible paths, one fears evident that Tampa Bay on the western side of Florida could get its first direct hit from a hurricane since 1921. And that could be very devastating. Now, I don't know much about the 1921 storm, so I'm going to have to go ahead and check that out and do my little research. The last major hurricane that actually made a hit was 100 years ago. And they're saying there's a lot of people have been brushed by a hurricane in the last 5 years or 10 years in Florida, but they have not gotten a direct hit. We tell people, even if they are lifelong Floridians like myself, this is something we haven't seen in our lifetime. So we definitely need to take it seriously. Yes, so they're saying that this would be a direct hit from Ian, and they should take it seriously. So if you're living at the Tampa Bay area, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, please make sure that you have take your necessary precaution to ensure your safety. Now they're saying this storm is trending to slow down, which means it could potentially sit there for 47 hours. And that's the thing, because when the storm don't go through quickly, then it has a stronger potential to have more damage if it is slower and steady and just linger in that area for a while. We don't want that. Officials are expecting 10 to 15 inches of rain. And this is from the national representative from the weather service in Tampa Bay area, Florida area. All right. Jamie Rome, the National Hurricane Center acting director, told a specific media that Ian would be the storm of a lifetime for many Tampa Bay residents. So basically, some of these residents have never seen a hurricane. They have never seen get like a major hit from the hurricane. As Ian turns towards Florida, it's expected to produce heavy rainfall, flash flooding, possible mudslides in parts of Jamaica and Cuba. You hear that? After passing Cuba, Ian will track through the eastern of Gulf of Mexico. Tropical storm Ian conditions are forecast to reach the west central Florida coast Tuesday night, with hurricane conditions possibly on Wednesday. I hope it downgrade and go another way in the name of Jesus. Efforts to protect the life and property should be rushed to completion. If you can leave now. And Florida's West Coast officials urge residents to flee instead of staying to protect their property. There's nothing to mess around with. If you can leave now. And that's what the mayor, Jane Castor, said earlier today. She went on to say you can replace personal possessions, but you cannot replace life. Therefore, don't take this hurricane as a joke. Castor said 49 shelters are open, including some accepting pets and other accommodating residents with special needs. I want everyone to understand the seriousness of this situation, Castor said. We're not trying to instill fear. We're just asking everyone to be responsible and to be cognitive of what the storm can bring to us. And as I said on one of my live the other day, those who've been through a hurricane, it not pretty. Because I went through Hurricane Gilbert. I was probably about 11 years old or something like that. Just in a second form, a high school. Yes, man, I remember it vividly. I remember everything about it. All right. So they're saying voluntary evacuation has been recommended for Zone B, and emergency shelters are being opened. And they're saying when they issue the mandatory evacuation, what that means is that if you don't and you call for help, We're not coming because we're not going to put our people in harm's way and put them in peril because you don't listen to what we told you to do. And that's what the Pinellas County Sheriff said. Nobody's coming to knock on doors. Nobody's coming to take anybody out when it says mandatory. What that means is that if you don't do it, and if you don't do it, you're on your own. I mean, if you need to do it and you don't do it, you're on your own. All right. Please take heed to that warning. Now, airports are beginning to prep for the storm as well. The last flight scheduled out of Pete Clearwater International Airport is scheduled to leave 11:22. I've been to Tampa one time. Way back, way back, maybe about 20 years ago, I went to Tampa. So I understand what's going on with that. 9 flights were canceled out of Miami International Airport Monday ahead of the storm, according to airport spokesperson. Miami International Airport remains open and is not in the cone of concern. Flight operations are determined by the FAA and each individual airline. If you're traveling soon, we recommend that you contact the airline to make sure that there's no changes. Now, while Ian is forecast to become a major hurricane are categories 3, 4, and 5. That's the major category. You hear me express it? Major. Yeah. So, based on the wind speed, storm surge, it can be deadlier than the winds. All right? So, it's not just the wind, the rain, it's the storm surge. That's a big issue. Hurricane force winds can be certainly do a lot of damage, but water, potential storm surge in particular, is the hazard that has the potential to kill most people in a hurricane, especially along the Florida West Coast. We're looking at the potential for, in terms of storm, inundation of 5 to 8 feet above ground level in this region. So guys, take heed. Take heed, and those who need to evacuate. And the forecasters predict parts of Florida will see the following dangerous storm surge. All right, so these are areas that's likely to see storm surge. All right. Anclo River to Englewood, Florida, including Tampa Bay, 5 to 8 feet. Englewood to Bonita Beach, Florida, including Charlotte Harbor, 4 to 7 feet. Bonita Beach to East Coast, Sable, Florida, 3 to 5 feet. East Cape, Mr. East Coast, is East Cape Sable to Card Sound Bridge, Florida, including Florida Bay, 2 to 4 feet. Florida Keys, including Dry Tortugas, 2 to 4 feet. On top of the ferocious wind, a long time I don't hear the word there, rain and dangerous storm surges, a few tornadoes are possible late Monday night and Tuesday, according to the Florida Keys and the southern and central Florida Peninsula. And peninsula is piece of land pointing out into the sea, and that's what Florida is. If you look on the map and see how Florida shape is that piece of land pointing out into the ocean, because it's pointing right out there into the Atlantic Ocean. So that's what Florida is, or that piece of peninsula. All right. One thing that is easy to be misled by when looking at forecasts from the National Hurricane Center is how small the cone is compared to the real thing. The storm is more than 300 miles wide. That's the distance from our county to Mobile, Alabama. And that's what Connor said, and David Connor is a spokesperson. It's the spokesperson for Pinellas County, and I think that's somewhere in Florida. So they're urging residents to make preparations now. DeSantis warned Sunday, I think this is the governor. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis warned Monday and Sunday. Make preparations now. The thing that you should be prepared with our food, water, batteries, medicine, and fuel. The governor also warned power of outages, especially whether Ian makes landfall, as well as possible evacuations and fuel shortages. Me need to go full up my tank too. One model is projecting Ian to make landfall in Tampa Bay region, while another model is projecting landfall into the Panhandle, DeSantis said. Colleges and universities across the state storm area like Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach and University of South Florida in Tampa announced that they're either evacuating campus, closing campus for the week, canceling classes Monday and Tuesday, or moving classes online. All right, me not gonna sit on here and read all of this, but I'm just saying, if you are listening to this, watching this video, especially if you're gonna see it when I'm no longer live, go ahead and take the necessary precautions. And for those who are not in the storm area, go ahead and get up some stuff right now, because you know what I understand. Couple days before, when you hear say there's gonna be a storm, that's when you have a whole lot of people out there in the hustle and bustle trying to get a whole bunch of stuff, and then we have shortages. So right now, if you're going to the store, pick up a case of water, pick up couple battery, pick up something, one box of crackers, some peanut butter. Just pick them up just in case. So when there's gonna be a warning or some kind of, bad weather, you're not being caught up trying to get in the rush to find stuff or to buy stuff. If that makes sense. So let me see, if you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe. I was gonna, let me see what else I can do. It's now 7:10. I have to put in some grades in a minute, because progress report due Wednesday. But anyway, just be mindful. Just be mindful about preparing for the hurricane. What is that going on? So anyway, this is a different story. Me now mix up everything together. Apostle James, how you doing? Bless up yourself. Right now, a Wednesday after with time. May God help us. Right now, Osceola, me can't something like that properly. Osceola, hope me say it right. County is under state of emergency. That's in Florida, right? Yeah, man, it's really serious. It is serious. We have to take the necessary precautions just to ensure our safety. Let me see what else I want. Guys, I'm not going to like up and share up the live, because from when I see YouTube send out my notification, but me noticed that they send out the one that come out earlier today. But from when me not see none come out. And let me see if there's any more updated news. What is it? That's 12 hours ago. Hurricane Ian. But me only will say it just stay out in the sea and nobody come near you, so Because these places and these buildings are not equipped for no hurricane. No, sir, they cannot manage hurricane, brother. They cannot manage no hurricane. So basically, Ian is a category 2, and its target is Florida coast, including Central Florida. And this is saying that the governor said 5,000 National Guardsmen from Florida, along with 2,000 more from neighborhood states, have been activated along the 5 urban search and rescue team in preparation for the storm. Um, so he said that those they are activated, so they are able to, take help the Floridians. Floridians up and down the Gulf Coast should feel the impact of this as of up to the next 36 hours. So he did a press conference. I didn't see that press conference. I must have did their work. This is really a big hurricane at this point. The diameter of the width is 500 miles wide. So look at the cone, and if you look at where they are, have the landfall going, I think the landfall is probably Levi County. He warned about power loss as it makes landfall across a wide breadth of the state, no matter where it finally makes landfall. It said make sure you have your plan in place. So hurricane warning issued for Dry Tortuga from Eaglewood in southwest Florida, north of Anclote River near Tarpon Springs, including Tampa Bay. Storm surge warning in effect for these areas as well. Tropical storm watches are in place for Swanee River to Indian Pass and from Juniper Inlet on Florida's east coast to Altama Sound near the Florida-Georgia border, in the Florida Keys from 7 Mile Bridge to the Channel 5 Bridge and Lake Okeechobee. So if you never hear about these places, you're hearing about them now. Ian is expected to remain at or near a major hurricane strength as it passed near the west central coast of Florida on Wednesday and Thursday. The National Hurricane Center specialist Brad Reinhardt said an even greater concern is the slower forward motion. And I mentioned that earlier, that the slower the hurricane is, the more dangerous it's going to be, because it's going to hover over a specific area for extended period of time, which is likely to cause very extensive damage. So that was my point right there. So it's going to make the storm prolong over a specific area. Now, the latest track forecast, it's centered to be west of the Florida Keys by Tuesday evening as a major hurricane, category 4. And remember, I said major hurricanes are category 3, category 4, and category 5. And I always I go say it, Hurricane Gilbert was a major hurricane. That was the only hurricane I really witnessed, because that hit Jamaica with an impact. It hit Jamaica with an impact. So, yeah. So they're saying that it's likely to be a category 4 hurricane by Tuesday. By early Thursday, the storm will drop to category 3 at 115 miles per hour winds as it approaches Tampa, and then threaten landfall north of Tampa as a category 1. So this is the prediction. Hope say go so. Hope say just turn and go out back in the ocean where it come from, where it's formed, because that's where hurricanes are formed, in the ocean. You can't be waiting on the last minute to move around or make your preparation because rain will begin to spread over the area as the storm approaches. So that's what the governor is saying. So, guys, please take heed. I cannot tell you enough. Take heed. DeSantis announced in an afternoon press conference at Hillsborough County he has ordered a mandatory evacuation for certain residents, Zone A, and all manufactured housing, and a voluntary evacuation for Zone B. Pinellas County has already begun evacuating nursing homes, residential facilities, and hospitals starting 6 p.m. A mandatory evacuation will begin for residents of Zone A and all mobile homes. Residents in other zones are urged to find higher ground. Find higher ground. Other counties will be issuing evacuation orders as well. And the DeSantis urge residents to listen to their local officials and heed their warnings. Oh, wow. They're also saying that the system is likely to intensify to Category 3 with strong winds of 115 miles per hour overnight. Blew up to a Category 4 by Wednesday. I think we said that already. So this is not this the prediction of this storm looks a bit serious. Look very serious. Me not say a bit. It look very serious. Now the next forecast track adjustment from the national. Why am I saying national? Hold on. Another what you call it now? Another update from the Hurricane Center is gonna be 11 p.m. tonight. So if me up on we hear about that, or not hear tomorrow morning, cause I'm gonna be following this. I'm going to follow this, follow it. Hurricane warnings remain in parts of Cuba, which significant wind and storm impacts are expected within 12 hours. President Joe Biden declare an emergency, authorizing the Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Emergency Management Agency to coordinate disaster relief and provide assistance to protect lives and property. Yeah. And also, this is related. This is not like, but the NASA decide to, NASA is one of the persons who have put out those satellites that picks up the weather symbols. May I try to say it right? All of this what you see on the screen, that's the infrared version of what is being picked up by those satellites in space or close to the earth. So anyway, the NASA is gonna roll back its 4.1 billion Artemis 1 mission rocket back to safety of the vehicle assembly building at the Kennedy Space Station. So if they were gonna launch the rocket, then do it again. Then roll it back to safety because it's 4.1 billion. It's a $4.1 billion mission. So these are so many different peoples are still giving their warning, you know. They're saying that Central Florida people, they need to take heed, they need to pay attention, they need to prepare. They need to plan for the worst case scenario. And I remember when we were gonna have Hurricane Gilbert, quite a few people never really think it would have come. Quite a few people didn't think it would appear. However, it did appear. So, you know, I'm not gonna continue with this anymore, but I'm just gonna say, as I indicated in the title, flash flood warning for 10 parishes in Jamaica, Florida area, prepare for um Hurricane Ian. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check out the news later on when they have the the 11 o'clock update to see where it's at. All right, so guys, stay tuned for this channel. If you're new, go ahead, hit the like button. Remember to share and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys will know whenever I upload another video or whenever I go live. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe. And by the way, I'm cooking some curry chickpea. So I'm gonna do a short. I'm not gonna do a long video. I'm just gonna do a short so y'all can see what it looks like. I'm also gonna do some quinoa with it. And so it's curry chickpea. I have the chickpea in the, just to change the topic, I had the chickpea in, not the change, but to deviate. I have the chickpea in soak for about 3 days. Then I kind of let it cook in the crock pot overnight last night. And now I am cooking it down with some seasoning and all of that. And some curry. So I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to do a shorts, because I'm trying to do more shorts on my channel to see if, you know, that can up the thing. And I'll see how that works out. So for those who are checking in, Teresa Miles, walk one girl, me them they check the chat, me just, you know, this is a hurricane news, yeah. Teresa Miles, thank you for coming. Joseph Brown and Apostle James, please go ahead and share the live, guys, so people can see, or share the video so they can see and know the update. They can take the necessary precautions just to ensure their safety in this hurricane season. And Ian is not the final one, because there are so many others out there that's whirling around in the ocean. You know? So thank you guys for watching. As I said before, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you'll know whenever I have another video to upload. Whenever I upload another video or whenever I go live. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great afternoon, and I will see you. I probably put out one more video, because I try to make 3 videos for the day. I don't know that I got work out, but thank you guys for watching, and